Hey everyone, and welcome to Worth a Sub, helping you make your channel worth a sub. Today we're going to talk about what to do when people talk shit in your YouTube comments section. If you are a content creator, you are definitely prone to trolls and people out there that are just going to be negative, leaving you guys comments, leaving bad remarks about literally anything. It could be about your content, it could be the way you look, it could be about literally anything that you're doing online. They're just trying to get attention, but I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about why you guys should not really focus on that and the things that you can do to kind of get that negativity out and just focus on growing your channel. And I do think that this is an important thing to learn right off the bat. And don't feel bad about yourself. This happens to literally everyone. It's been happening to me for years, but there's things and some rules and best practices that I want to talk about today to make sure that you just focus on the content you're making it as awesome as possible for your real users. So again, what to do when people talk shit in your YouTube video comments section. So again, happens to everyone. Don't worry about it. It's no matter how big or small you are, it's going to happen. I think if you have people talking bad about you, that is probably a good sign that people are paying attention to you and your content is getting out there to people. And those aren't really the people that you're catering to. You want to make sure that you are helping people out there as much as possible. And like I said, don't dwell on it. So I got a couple of tips for you guys from my experience and actually talking to some other content creators as well, what they do. So the first thing I would say is avoid responding to these rude comments. While negative tone comments in the form of constructive criticism are good to respond to. So straight off the bat, there's going to be comments, and just because it's not favorable to you doesn't mean that they're not bad or rude. I mean, some of them are definitely going to be rude and unnecessary, but sometimes they're just trying to help you out. So definitely learn to distinguish between the two. Some people might just want to be helping you. Maybe they're not just saying the best way. So definitely try to figure it out. But definitely you're going to get ones that are super negative. So, but blatantly rude, hateful comments are not. So the main thing you want to do, especially if you know they're just trying to rally you up, they're trying to start an argument, is just ignore them. I think YouTube does a good job of just filtering out some of the spam ones, etc. But some will no doubt reach to you, but just ignore them. There's no need to comment or say anything back to them. You can even delete them if you would want to, but the idea is if you just comment back to them and start arguing, that's not going to look good for you and to your community. I think it's just best that you just avoid responding to them, or if they're providing constructive criticism, respond to them in a nice way. But like I said, it's probably best for you guys not to start any flame wars or anything like that that would potentially make you look like a bad guy. Again, don't feed the trolls. This is what you don't want to do by responding to them. You're just going to they're like, oh, he responded to me. I'm going to respond back and argue even further and say even more rude comments. If you really don't want them in your comment section, you could just be like, hey, that's not a nice comment. Please don't leave that on my channel again. It really depends on what they say and what they do. But I would say, and just in general, don't feed them. That's what they're commenting on you because they want a reaction from you, and you don't want that to provide them. So don't reply to their trolls. Resist the urge to call them out on social media. Yeah, last thing you want to do is like say something bad about them, and they maybe post a video on their channel, or just bring it more attention to it, because that's not what you want. Don't feed them. That's not what you want to do. And then don't dwell on the negativity. Keep negative thoughts out of your head. If they said something bad about you, like, I don't like the way you look, or I don't like your background, or like your camera sucks, or your mic volume stuff, sure, that might be constructive criticism. Maybe they're just trying to help you. But at the end of the day, don't really dwell on it. The idea is focus on your users, making great content, and really growing your channel, and keep the negative out of your head. Just change your mindset and be like, okay, how do I improve? Think about the next video. Think about important topics and how to be more helpful for your actual subscribers. Also, if you do have the resources to do so, you could also hire someone to monitor your comments for you. You could also create some great filters to just like blur out any negative comments or maybe any negative topics, or you could hire potentially a moderator or maybe a family friend or something like that to help block some of this stuff. I know when I started YouTube, I would post to all my video editing and doing this stuff in the morning, and then at nighttime I would go through the comments and either respond to people or delete or block people or filter people depending on what they say. It really depends on you, but hopefully if you get big enough, which I assume you will, is that you continue to try to make sure that you limit the exposure of them and those being seen on your video. So definitely hiring someone I do think is a great suggestion, but again, people not have the resources, but it's a great way for a third party to keep an eye on stuff. If you're noticing a lot of hateful comments especially, is hiring someone, monitor them, delete, and then you could just focus on content creation, etc., and then posting videos, and then obviously responding to good comments. And that's kind of like the main thing of it. I want to end by saying, don't forget how awesome you are. Instead of focusing on the negative comments, look back at all the positive feedback you got. Most likely you're getting like 100 positive comments and then 1 negative comment, and should really focus on those 99 versus the 1. And I know it's kind of hard because negative bad comments kind of stick in your head, but the idea is that think about how awesome you are and think about how your community is really growing. Think about the content and being helpful. I would assume in the future you would have a great community. Well, your community will come in and jump in for you and say, hey, don't say that to him or her. That's not right on this channel. And you'll have your community defending you. But at the end of the day, that just goes to show how awesome you are. You're creating good content, and it happens to everyone. Don't focus on it. Don't feed the trolls. Don't reply to it. And I do think that, this is a simple, easy lesson. I do think it's important, especially being a content creator, to keep this in mind. Even me, who has been making videos for years, I have to think about, okay, if I see a bad comment, I'll inevitably see it a couple of times a week to remind myself all these different things that I talked about today, and just focus on growing my channel as best as possible. And I think you guys should too. So again, remember, don't feed the trolls, don't reply to the comments, and just remember how awesome you are. And that's it. So thanks everyone for watching. If you guys thought this video was useful, let me know in the comments. But thanks everyone for watching. Catch you guys next time.